Hello and welcome everybody to yet another day of Dota. It's going to be GG League, the Good Gaming League, the playoffs, round number 1. Goomba Gaming going up against House of Gamers. Skill-wise, I think those teams should be rather even. Of course, House of Gamers are playing with a stand-in, so a little bit unfortunate, but for the second game I think a moment should arrive as well. He was stuck in traffic, but here we are in game number 1 in this best of 3 series. We're of course HeflaTV, your English coverage. I'm Coucher and I'm joined by D Swordfish. How you doing?
Hello, man. Happy to be seeing Goomba Gaming already batting out the Phoenix. I'm glad this guy got into captain's mode just in time for this tournament.
Well, I can't say if I'm happy about it being banned just because I would actually like to see it in play as well because I have just failed to see it yet. Have you seen it being played?
No, not yet. I haven't seen Broodmother either. I'm really excited to see Broodmother, actually.
Well, I've seen Phoenix banned out a couple of times, but Broodmother hasn't been touched, whether it's just in picks or banned. So I don't know. I guess teams, they still need some time to just adapt and actually practice with the heroes as well.
Uh-huh.
It's quite often that when new heroes are introduced, they just don't get picked up immediately. People are still just kind of playing the old drafts. But
Yep.
looking at the bans or picks as well, Tidehunter is the first pick for House of Gamers. Just a solid offlaner, and if you get that refresher or double ravage is so hard to go up against. But Goomba starting with a Jack hero, so maybe going for a slightly just aggressive route here.
Yeah, I mean, the Jakiro could be played as a core. It's very popular, especially against, especially among the tier 2 European teams for some reason. And they're going to pick the Ogre Magi. Very safe picks for now. Nothing too special to be said about their strategy, really. Curiously, I want to see Jakira's played as support, though, again. I mean, we haven't seen Jakira support in quite a while, which is quite weird. Usually they only play it in core nowadays.
It definitely is a little bit rare to see a support Jakiro. Of course, can be just as strong. To be honest, all you need is just kind of get at level 7. If you get the Yule set, where it's going to be excellent as well, but it's not as high of a priority. So we'll see how Goomba want to lane this. And Goomba, their team that pretty much loves the Troll Warlord. They started with the Troll Warlord as well, sending it into the mid lane and whatnot. They already have the extra attack speed from Bloodlust. Combo that up with that... What? The Rage? Battle Trance. Yes, the Battle Trance. Oh god. Remembering names of hero abilities that don't get picked up often. But it could be strong. But also Gamers, Witch Doctor second pick, just really safe starts for both.
Yeah, I mean, combined with Tidehunter, it's so really powerful. It's curious that they banned out the Void, though. Maybe they thought Goomba was going to go for it. If they're going to pick the Witch Doctor, they could have just left it in the pool. Picked the Void Witch Doctor combo, something of that sort. I don't know.
Maybe they are expecting the Troll Warlord to come out, and Troll together with the Faceless Void or rather Faceless Void together with the Troll, that way around. It's just so sick. Extra time locks, perma bashing coming out from Faceless Void, perma bashing from the Troll himself as well once he has that. That's Berserker's Rage, right? The first ability? I don't even know, but that maxed out.
Yeah. No, that's true. That would be that would be quite annoying. That's probably the reason. But they haven't banned the troll, so they're clearly not afraid of the troll. I know they're gonna run in this game. A troll troll usually goes for the BKB early and stuff, so it could be fine against a Titan or a Witch Doctor. But as it gets into later game and Dynamo gets its refresher and stuff, I think he's gonna be easy to lock down and stuff. So I don't know if it would be the best option, especially with Jakiro. They could go for a different kind of pushing power instead of the troll. I don't know.
Lycan is also still available if they want to go for that one, for example. Jakiro and Lycan would be extremely scary for House of Gamers to deal with, and the strength of such a lineup would be that you don't rely on like massive cooldowns or anything to push, whereas House of Gamers, with the Tidehunter, they would be able to fight once when they're coming, but Goomba Gaming's, even if they lost one fight, the respawn timer would definitely be shorter than that of the Ravage. So they could just go again, liquid fire things up, Lycan Wolves and so on. It might be a possibility.
In addition, Lycan does have that BKB, so he should be fine with a Ravage if he manages to get it off in time. So I think Lycan would actually be quite a good choice. The only thing you could stop the Lycan with would be something like a Lich, for example, to make sure the towers don't die as easily and stuff. But well, I mean, not yet, but perhaps as a 4th, 5th pick, Lycan could definitely be a choice for Goomba.
Well, we'll see what they want to just come up with now. Depending on how they want to run the Jakiro, they can go for another support or just pick up a core. Every now and then Jakiros also venture into the offlane, just maybe even start with like double Ring of Protection just to tank up. One for Tranquil Boots, one for Ring of Passy, something along those lines. But it's a Death Prophet and whoa! I swear to God, I didn't even notice that that hero wasn't banned. I'm just so used to that hero getting banned, and the Razor is also still available.
Yeah, it's true. That's kind of weird seeing Death Prophet there, but that's just gonna add to their push potential. Now, I more than ever, I think Lycan would be great in this lineup, unless Hustle Gamer starts going for anti-push. I would not be surprised. Actually, I think it would be a really good idea for Hustle Gamers to go for something like the Coddle.
Well, if they do go for the Coddle though, it's gonna be nice against unit pushing, but Liquid Fire as well as Exorcism will still be able to go through. Although, at least you will be able to defend high ground a little bit better, if nothing else, just because the backdoor protection will kick in at some point.
It's a really good zone out as well. Like it makes the Death Prophet not being able to go to near the tower, and the Jakiro similarly, he has to really time the Liquid Fire really well if you don't have vision on the Coddle, and it combines pretty well with Tidehunter as well, if you want it, also with the Puck. So I would think the Coddle is actually quite a good pick in this case. Also allows you to play a little bit more defensive and whatnot.
And early on, just Witch Doctor, Keeper of Light wouldn't be the worst combination either, just because
No.
if they want to go really aggressive, maybe dive towers or something like that, with the Chakra Magic into the Witch Doctor, they would just get all the health back from the Voodoo Restoration.
Uh-huh.
So it wouldn't be bad. And at the moment, all in all, House of Gamers, their team fight is pretty damn crazy. Ravage into Dream Coil into Death Ward. Just so much to keep people in that Death Ward vicinity. Of course, Goomba themselves, all three of their heroes at the moment can just stop that Death Ward from coming out. So at least that's good for Goomba as well. So it really depends how well the Witch Doctor positions himself.
Yeah, I mean the Death Ward has a huge range, so it could be possible if it can get into the high ground kind of stuff. Like with the Witch Doctor, I can imagine him being used very well defensively as well. And they're gonna go for the Visage, just go full on push for Goomba.
Oh god, I think it's an aggressive tri-lane with Ogre, Visage and Shakiro. It's
Could be.
I mean, Visage is really, I think he fares the best in tri-lane situations just because so much damage is exchanged, so he's always gonna have the soul assumption charges.
Honestly, I would like to honestly see the Jakiro in an off-lane position, which is a possibility, and then just go. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say go for the Lycan, but no, not anymore. Okay, well, House of Gamers gonna pick up the Lycan. That's actually kind of weird to see. It's not really an anti-push guy. It's more of a pushing guy. But what do you think of this pick?
I guess Goomba Gaming's push isn't gonna be like ridiculously fast, so they might be able to just farm up the Lycan. Although it might be a little bit scary. I'm not too sure if they're considering Goomba's possibility to go for an aggressive tri-lane against them, or maybe House of Gamers want to dodge, but Lycan in a tri-lane, he's not the worst of heroes. I mean, definitely better than a Spectre would be, just because he has the Howl, for example. So I think they need to just pick up a really strong secondary support. Witch Doctor plus maybe another ranged hero and Lycan. It can actually probably take on what Goomba Gaming has. As strong as Shakiro is, on the early levels, Liquid Fire isn't that annoying quite yet, just because it's on a long cooldown, doesn't do that much damage and everything. So House of Gamers might be even able to contest, maybe forcing Goomba into just the standard lanes. We'll see, but Lycan, man, it's... I like that this game most likely will be a little bit more aggressive thanks to that, but House of Gamers... I guess they have plenty of just things to keep people in place for the Lycan to right-click them.
Yeah, it's also true. But Goomba also has not that much lockdown because obviously the Ice Path is very unreliable and the Silence doesn't really count because it's also kind of unreliable. So the only real lockdown they have is the Fire Blast plus the unrefined Fire Blast he might get if he gets negatives. That's actually I like the Lycan pick. He's hard to stop. The only issue I see is that he might not be as effective as they think if they just kind of steamroll them. If Goomba just steamrolls them. Right now, by the way, for their offlane, I would consider Nature's Prophet right now. Or even on a Darkseer. These kind of heroes just add full-on push, why not go for it, and stop the mid-game strategy House of Gamers has going on.
Well, Nature Prophet definitely wouldn't be bad. I mean, running the double Prophets, it's so hard to keep your towers alive, just because you may be able to keep one alive, but then the rat is going to come in for another lane, something like that. But we'll see. I really have no idea. They did go for a Medusa in the end, so going for a really hard carry as the last pick. So kind of switching gears. I think it's still nice that even if you're running those hard carries, just like 4 protect 1 semi kind of style, it's still nice if you have some form of tower push, just because to increase the global income.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's an issue in the fact that Goomba Gaming. I mean, Goomba Gaming did pick decent late game supports and cores and whatnot. Like Visage Jakiro, Death Prophet, and Ogre Magi are not particularly bad in the late game either. But it's just that you have now this amazing push strategy, which is not Rat Dota, it's more of a steamroll push strategy. And then you have a Medusa, which is gonna be useless for the couple first minutes, even though he's been buffed in the early game. Versus House of Gamers, which is amazing team fight for the mid game. And I just feel like now House of Gamers has the complete upper hand in the mid game, and they're just gonna be able to destroy the enemy team. Especially if now they pick something which has a little bit of push, like say a Shadow Shaman or something of the sort. Which is Nyx Assassin instead.
Well, they just wanted to make sure, I guess, that they have somewhat of a counter against the Medusa. Of course, Lycan, if he just goes for Necrobook, they get one stun on the Medusa, Necrobook to follow. There's not going to be a mana shield left for him, at least, not in the early phases. If you have, like, Lincoln Sphere, even if he does he even go for Lincoln Sphere this game, we'll see, but if you, let's say you have a Lincoln Sphere, Skadi, just Manta style as well, then your mana pool might survive this, but early on, if the Lycan gets off to a good start with the just mana burn from the Nyx as well as the Necrobook, this Medusa is not going to have a good time. At least the Stone Gaze is going to be pretty nice against Lycan, but I can't say I'm the biggest fan of just how Goomba ended their draft.
No, right now I gotta admit the Goomba. I first thought they were the stronger team because I could easily win the early game and push towers. But why remake?
Maybe there's just normal player arrived now or something.
2 cores.
Did they buy 2 couriers or what? I have no idea what's going on here.
Doesn't seem like they bought 2 couriers. Sorry, they say.
Okay.
That's weird. Are we gonna allow them to remake or no?
I don't know. I think the admin should be around.
Oh, it dropped Warden base. I don't think that's a reason to.
No, it didn't
No,
happen.
sorry.
Nobody has even purchased anything. It was literally paused.
They're just joking, but I don't. Who's the admin? I mean, why is the admin not speaking?
So if we have a moment joining, we're gonna know immediately. So I have no idea.
We are fine with it, sure, but like.
If you're not gonna have a lobby up, it doesn't really matter if
Exactly.
the players are fine.
Okay, well, that's a
remake.
remake. Okay. I don't really know why, but hey.
I have no idea either, but at least the admin was on board, so hopefully not gonna take too long. It at least seemed that everybody managed to pick up their heroes and nobody was actually AFK.
Yeah, I mean that's always a good start.
So lobby is up, people are getting in, and both teams are running with a couple of stand-ins as well, at least. I'm not too sure, I haven't casted Goomba Gaming for some time. Mantis, I think he should be from X Games, so he should guaranteed be a stand-in. Unless there's just another Mantis roaming around somewhere, which I'm not aware of.
Could be, but I don't think so. I think you're right.
I mean, I know Excalibur has been playing with House of Gamers for quite some time, and just having that so-called stand-in tag means that Valve just hasn't updated a couple of things for teams and whatnot, so at least Excalibur has been there, and now Genesis, who was supposedly, I think, standing in for a moment, has not joined the lobby yet, so maybe a moment is just coming anytime soon. If they tricked us like, oh yeah, that's a moment, so that is exactly why they wanted the remake.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess, somewhat.
So, at least it's nice for us to see, because running with stand-ins always just hinders the performance of a team a little bit.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a lot, sometimes you just have to switch up the roles, and it won't end up working out. So now they have a moment back for them.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good, I guess.
So now the next step, everybody to pick up their heroes correctly. It's always just a little nerve-wracking. I've had too many remakes when people just pick up the wrong heroes.
Yeah, that's happened a lot. I remember one game when I was casting with Mike, and there was a repicking, like we had to do 3 or 4 remakes, I think, because they kept picking the wrong heroes and they kept doing like accusing of server issues and stuff. And there was a point where we even thought it was joking, like it was just a joke at that point. I hate when that happens.
Well, I think once, like Balkan Bears, they used the console commands to like ban and pick Legion Commander and Terror Blade and whatnot before they were added to the Captain's mode. First they were like 15 minutes late, then they pulled that. We were like, oh my god, guys, please.
Yeah, when teams do that, I mean, I want to kill them, to be honest. If you're late and then you're gonna do that, it's just like, no, please stop. Fun and games is left for the early birds.
Yeah, indeed. That's true enough. But I guess it's like, some people may think of it as, I'm already late, what's another couple of minutes gonna do? I don't know.
Another couple of minutes in this game might mean my lunch. So, like, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Alright, so, well, should we start presenting the teams now?
Yes, so for the Radiant side, for House of Gamers, Excalibur probably heading towards the mid lane on that Lycan, leaving Secret of Mana on the Tidehunter for the offlane, and a safe lane tri-lane consisting of Slash Strike on the Puck, Yomek on the Nyx Assassin, and a Moment on the Witch Doctor.
And as for Goomba, we are going to have a offensive tri-lane with Quicksarm the Ogre Magi, Chill on the Jakiro core, and it's actually going to be a dual lane. Exist then is going to be joining us mid with a Death Prophet. Finally up top we're going to have Mantis with Medusa, and the carry position, and Gasha finally as the support visage.
And look at Gasha's skill build as well, already skilled up a Grave Chill, not even waiting for the just occasion, like maybe you need Soul Assumption, maybe you need Grave Chill. He's just straight off Grave Chill.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's very ballsy of him too, because in the case that he might need Gravekeeper's Cloak, if they do engage on him, he's gonna be, in a bad situation, so I don't know. I really like reserving that first skill point, especially if you're a support for later, like even Medusa's doing it at this point.
Well, at least he doesn't get punished for it at the moment, so he's gonna be fine, picks up a bounty rune, and he's just done with it. Bottom was a rune destroyed, was it regen or... I have no idea, but bottom rune was just destroyed. Probably was a regeneration rune. All the other runes usually just get picked up rather than destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know what this was like a double damage or a haste rune or something of that sort.
But what do you think of this dual lane, man? Is it going to be fine, or how much can the Ogre actually assist the Jakiro here?
I don't know, like, they could get a kill with that liquid firepower and that, fire, like, it's a possibility, but it does require House of Gamers mistakes. Which is definitely not something that's going to happen. So, I don't know. In fact, they might get a counter. The Ogre Magi, since being a melee support, could actually be easily killed by the Nyx Assassin plus the Witch Doctor combo. Like, they deal a lot of magical damage. He could die. So, I don't know how safe this lane is, really. I think the offensive tri-lane you were talking about earlier is a little bit better.
Well, I think House of Gamers, they were completely expecting the aggressive tri-lane to come out. That's why they sent the Puck to the tri-lane rather than the Lycan. Just because, I mean, Lycan definitely gonna have a harder time in the mid lane against Exist's Death Prophet than a Puck would have had. And Puck, without the early levels, I mean, he's still a strong hero, but you definitely just usually thrive with getting that level 6 mid lane, then TPing to a lane, especially if it should be up against a tri-lane, and just use the Dream Coil early on, but he's not going to get to level 6 anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Like, I think the psychological damage that they caused, I guess you can call it that, to the House of Gamers lineup, messing up the lanes and whatnot, is actually much more important than what the lanes will turn up right now. But they might want to rotate. Like, I don't know why the Puck and Lycan would rotate at this point, though.
I guess the Puck, if he's already under level, then goes to the mid lane, he's gonna even struggle. But Chill bottom lane, he's in a little bit of a no man's land. Ogre Magi went for the rune. Nyx Assassin, though, I think. What? Oh, first blood happens at the other side. Mid lane Exists, gets a solo kill onto the Lycan. Something that shouldn't really happen unless Lycan maybe overextends a little bit. Just had this bottle coming out as well, but...
It was just really simple. It was honestly Crypt Swarm, constantly harassment, and then as soon as Lycan went to get a last hit, he just kind of died. So it was like a really, really boring kill. But, I mean, it makes sense. Excalibur has to get, last hits because he is a Lycan, but I think he shouldn't fight this hard for them.
Just wait for the lane to push out, since it's going to be pushing out anyway with Death Prophet using the Crypt Swarm. And just try to last it under your own tower, and it should be rather easy, having 1 point into Feral Impulse. But there's the Paralysis Cast bottom lane, Illusionary lands with the Maledict as well as the Nyx Assassin Impale. So they get that kill on the bottom lane finally, of course. Not first blood, unfortunately for them, but still. It's kind of to be expected. I mean, a tri-lane versus a dual lane after all.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. But that was quite an easy kill though. I think in this case, Chill and Quick should actually play much more defensively, similar to how Excalibur should play more defensively. Also, just a note on the mid lane. I don't know why Excalibur's not just using his wolves to last hit. I know maybe he's waiting for the level 3 so he can get the magic immunity or the magic resistance.
Well, level 2 wolves do die pretty damn fast just to a Crypt Swarm,
Yeah.
especially if it's level 3 already. It doesn't kill them off entirely, but brings them close enough. And looking at the Tidehunter, struggling for levels, 0 last hits at the moment as well. Wow, this Tidehunter is getting shut down pretty hard by just a dual lane, which isn't usually the case. Now the Grave Chill used as well for extra harass from Gasha. Oh man, poor Tidehunter. Although bottom lane Jakiro died, at least he's getting something out of this.
Oh, for sure. Like the Jakiro is not doing even half as bad as Lycan is. I mean, as the Tidehunter is. But more importantly, I think the Tidehunter does have the ability to just come back using the Ancients. Oh, actually, bottom they're going Quicks. That missed Maledict though. And that might mean that he's not gonna die here. Quick's running away, and Aelmac or Chill might be the next one. Aelmac is actually gonna die to that Liquid Fire. Chill running away. He found the regen rune. That's a really lucky rune for him. Can he get it in time? Oh, juke that orb. He's gonna try to die to Roshan, and he will. And that was a really favorable exchangement for Goomba.
Jakiro, man, thank God he's a little bit more buff than usually the support or core heroes are, so he does manage to survive long enough at the moment. He's gonna find Quicks, Paralyzing Cask, Maledict, he has it level 2, not casting it yet, and Quicks, he just wants to turn it around. Not enough mana for a single spell though, but there it is, bottle charge is being shared, Ignite, never mind, Fire Blast first, a few Crypt Swarms, a few more smacks, and at the moment, even the healing self does not keep him alive, so even had to waste 100 gold and still lost his life. Of course, I'm not too sure what he was even expecting to accomplish going in like that.
Yeah, because he knew the Death Prophet was still in the mid lane because he was fighting the creeps there, so I don't know why he would do that. That was just kind of sending himself to die. I don't know. He was playing a little bit too greedy.
By the way, Excalibur, he didn't even go for a bottle. I totally thought that before he died, he managed to purchase up a bottle at least, but he just went for Ring of Passage, so straight off into that Vladimir's offering. That's, I mean, you cannot really stay in the mid lane without a bottle against Death Prophet. It's just, you cannot do it as a Lycan. Or at least, you cannot be in the mid lane and expect to get farm without a bottle.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think the bottle is like a staple in the mid lane, and with the 2 runes, it's been buffed a lot. So I don't know. I like it would not grab just a casual bottle. And that maybe means that he wants to rush Roshan. Is that might be the case? That's the only thing I can imagine.
Or maybe now he's completely in the jungle though, leaving a moment on the Witch Doctor to just soak up mid lane for the XP and some farm he can manage to get. So it's not bad. I mean, Witch Doctor getting that level 6 is definitely going to be good, but this Lycan has been slowed down considerably already. Whereas Medusa, just absolute free farm on the safe lane. Tidehunter does come in every now and then, but he just isn't a real threat to Mantis' life.
Yeah, for sure. Like what can he possibly do there?
Well, some drawings, just using me a moment.
That's
Like, they're somewhere there.
yeah. I guess that's a good point. Oh, actually, bottom? No. Those wolves are also really dying really quickly to the liquid fire, so I don't know how effective they're being. Like a couple, 2 hits of liquid fire level 4 should be able to kill the wolves, and that's not too hard to do. Oh well.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa!
Midas.
Whoa. That's a hero you don't see Midas so often, but I guess they can just gear up for late game having in Medusa, so it's not a horrible choice, I guess. He got it within a reasonable timing as well, considering he also had Boots and Bottle.
He had an amazing timing considering it's mids in Boots bottle. That's really good for that ball.
And they're gonna get another kill onto a moment now as well, just Fire Blast, Ignite, a Crypt Swarm, a few right clicks. So, even better, getting a hand of Midas, getting a kill on top of that as well. So, Death Prophet is definitely scary if you have the items, you manage to tank up, maybe even get an AC, Shivas, anything like that to just help you survive, help you do more damage.
Yeah,
It's looking scary if you're House of Gamers.
I mean, it's the fact that House of Gamers. I mean, I didn't like Goomba's lineup. I won't lie, but like now that Goomba is just dominating the early game, which is what I expected not to happen, with this kind of like more late game oriented lineup, it's just like what if it gets to really late game, House of Gamers is screwed for sure. And I don't know if they can get back from this in the mid game. Like they really need to do something now to turn the tides before mid game comes to play.
Well, at least Puck is getting a reasonable amount of farm, but comparing just safe laners, 20 or 30 now and 12 on the Puck compared to a 55 and 16. Yes, they've been up against the dual lane, and Witch Doctor has been in the mid lane for quite some time already. But Puck at least gets level 6, so that's a good sign. But for a safe lane farm, I would have definitely expected a little bit more to come out.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to last it with Puck in the safe lane against Jakiro and stuff because in an ogre match I think because they harass you a lot. I don't know, like I don't think it was the best lane for him either. I think he would have been much happier with a Death Prophet because he could easily evade those Crypt Swarms. So also I don't think a Puck is used to the safe lane. He's used to having more levels and stuff. But still, you're right. Like he's not doing a good job here in terms of farm, and I mean he's gonna get his blink relatively early though. 10 minutes in, I can imagine getting his blink. Well, maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah, he's going for the blink without the power threat, and the blink is kind of necessary for them to just gain back some kind of momentum. Just look, oh, he might go down now though. There's the fire blast as well. Can he jaunt out? Yes, he can with the phase shift used. So he's gonna be safe. But in the meantime, top tier 1 was destroyed already by Mantis, up to 1.5k gold. Looks to be going for that Lincoln Sphere after all. I guess you can dodge a mana burn or 1 mana burn of the Nyx Assassin with it.
I don't really like this Lincoln Sphere. There's two things to stop from it, which is the Witch Doctor Stun and the mana burn. And
well, there's the Gush as well, I guess. But
what?
The Gush of the Tidehunter.
Oh, it's true, the Gush too, yeah.
But yeah, that's like
that's such bad spell. Like the mana burn, sure, it's important, I guess, but like it's not game breaking important, you know. If you get other items, you can be fine. Like it's really the only thing it's good stopping that's gonna be good is the mana burn, and instead you could be getting something like a Scotty in that time. So I don't really know how effective.
Oh, Dream Coil used by Slash Strike. Oh, it's gonna go down to the Exorcism. They're gonna come in with 4 heroes. Exist still gets 1 counter kill. Will lose his life in the end, but Dream Coil was used. Shapeshift as well. 4 heroes went for the Death Prophet, and he got the counter kill out of it anyway. And that was just not a favorable trade theoretically, but then again, Death Prophet had a pretty nice bounty on his head already, having 4 kills before this. But they're going to lose a tier 1 bottom lane as well. So I don't know, man. House of Gamers, they're just stomping their foot on every turn. What's the game plan for House of Gamers now?
Yeah, that's actually, I think the only game plan they can hope for is kind of turtle out a little bit. Start farming with their heroes like they're doing with Tidehunter and whatnot. Try to get Blink on the Puck and the Tidehunter and try to win the mid game. I think that's really the only thing they can do right now. They can't keep fighting in this kind of like skirmishes and fights where, I mean, the team fight is still superior to Goombas, I would say. So if they force team fights once they have those core items, I think they should be alright if they can do that.
Oh, we'll see. At least Nyx Assassin is only 1 level away from level 6.
Excalibur is in trouble. They're actually going to follow him. It's 1 more hit from the Ogre Magi, and he's going to go down in the bottom lane.
Oh, will Ogre lose his own life to the Wolves? Wolves are about to expire and didn't get enough right clicks in. We're pretty damn close, to be honest, but not quite. So Ogre does survive. Get some extra gold from this as well. And Lycan, to be honest, I've seen quite a lot of Lycan games where they don't have the best of starts. This top lane, Gasha, he's gonna get mana addicted up. Familiar stunned up Eomac, but in the end they get the kill together with a moment. Now TPing back, but TPing back home, not to defend anything else. But yeah, I've seen so many Lycan games where Lycan is off to a really rough start, but still manages to just kind of hit that mid-game timing. But now Slash Strike, he's gonna get silenced up. Yes, he is. No chaunt away, and he's gonna burn down. Jakiro makes quick work of him. Even Quicks was coming in from behind, so even had he managed to chaunt, a Fire Blast would have waited for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is really bad for House of Gamers right now. It's starting out that what I said, that they have to turtle and whatnot and get those blinks, is not being a possibility. And it seems like, ooh, Nyx Assassin is actually trying to get a kill here. It might be the only thing he can do here, try to get Jakiro or something of the sort. And there it is, there's the stun as well. Shield is going to be stopped for a couple seconds, but then come the Wolves, trying to deal some damage to Jakiro. The Ice Path will stop all these guys, but the Lycan is still behind him. He's probably going to go down, being blocked by those Wolves, and Chill dying now to Excalibur. But now the rest of Goomba got away, and that was like a lot of commitment to just one Jakiro, so don't know how effective that was.
Yeah, and although Jakiro lost some gold, it wasn't all that much. He still had enough for just almost an entire Dual Scepter, so he just needs the recipe now, and once he gets the Dual Scepter, just heals into the Ice Path. Puck is the only one who can dodge it, but only for a little while with the level 1 phase shift. I do like that Slash Strike has come for maxed out Silence, I guess, although at the moment, he's not up against the craziest of heroes that would be able to just turn around completely on him. Usually you max out Silence against heroes like Storm Spirit and Ember Spirit and the sides, but Quicks, oh, he's running into the gank. This Ogre Magi, he's gonna die for sure. There's the Impale first, Illusion Orb to follow, even Maledict used for this. So they get the kill, and can they force this tier 1 now as well, having the Ravage as well as the Dream Coil, or can they even Roshan?
I mean, does like it? They're gonna try at least. The Leica has Vlad's. They should be able to, but the Roshan has been buffed slightly, so I don't know. Yeah, they have no issue with this. The question is, will Goomba try to contest this? They have no clue this is happening.
Well, TPs are coming in now. Roche only down to half HP. Familiars, they could come in with a just few beautiful stone form drops, but do they have enough teamfight to actually take this? They need the stone gaze here as well, I think. Even Nyx is gonna come in. There's the familiars. Maybe a little bit too late. Roshan goes down Lycan. Already picks it up. But Chill gonna come in. No Macropyre because he got stunned. There's the Macropyre. A little bit too late. He's just gonna be just a sacrificial lamb here. Secret of Mana drops low on the Tidehunter. If they can burst him down before the Ravage. Yep, Crypt Swarm. Easy kill. So yeah, 1 for 1. Of course, they lose the Aegis as well, but they might even get Slash Strike. The silence isn't there thanks to the Waning Rift, but the familiars doesn't get far enough.
That last Soul Assumption just completely dominated the puck.
So in the end, the Macropyre did do enough by the Chikiro after all, just bringing the Tidehunter low enough, so he couldn't use the Ravage. At least Tidehunter did get to buy his Blink Dagger before, so he's gonna have that now. But this is just not quite the saddest Tidehunter game I've seen, but it's up there.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Tidehunter managed to get his Blink in a pretty good time considering how much he was dominating in the early game. So that's a good point. And admittedly, House of Gamers are kind of getting back there. Like, they're starting to win teamfights, stuff like that. They're starting to force teamfights and win them. And the puck also got his Blink, so now we can see House of Gamers maybe getting back up into the game.
Well, with the double blink, you would think so at least. And the moment, he's going to be scouted out by Chill. There's the Maledict as well. No Yule Scepter yet on Chill still. Dual Breath first. He still has the Ice Path if he wants to use it. A Liquid Fire and Death Ward used, but that was just way too late. So, do Goomba now go for a tier 2? They are rather grouped up. The only one who is missing is the Medusa, who didn't finish up the Linkens quite. Went for a Yasha between as well, but it only needs the recipe for it.
Yeah, I mean, the Medusa's really farmed up, so that's pretty good. Like, Goomba definitely not is still in a disadvantageous position. Oh, now the puck's gonna start him and use the silence there, just to harass him a little bit and prevent the push from going. That's a really good play actually. Now that the puck has Blink, it can do this kind of plays, and he's gonna be okay if he does them. So, oh, the Chikiro also get Yules.
Well, that might screw over the puck the next time he tries to go for such a play, because well, the silence was all fine, well and fine before, but now there's gonna be Yule Scepter to throw the puck up, maybe make it so that he can't chaunt out. Still will have the Blink Dagger, maybe with a nice phase shift, but phase shift only level 1 and not that reliable of an escape method.
Yeah. Right now, seems like the Medusa is still farming, by the way. Lincoln is definitely going to come up in a couple of seconds. I mean, the Medusa's farming really well. And the question here is, why is the Nyx not going around ganking and trying to shut her down a little bit?
Well, they just solo. There's no way the Nyx is going to kill him. So they need that. I think they need 2, maybe 3 heroes to be there already. Oh god, it's going to be hard. Of course, depending on if Medusa has the mana shield off before the initiation happens or not. But he's gonna scout out Chill, maybe get the kill, but it needs like at least 1 extra hero for Chikiro as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's just the Nyx right now is too low of an impact just because he was playing the kind of support position. Just he's not doing what you expect the Nyx to do, which is kind of gank around and get a couple kills. Even solo, like he's gonna have a hard time because the Visage and Ogre Magi are just so tanky. He just can't kill a support either. Actually, talking about the Ogre Magi, he's gonna go on Slash Strike. Slash Strike about to die here using the Dream Coil before he dies. And there's the Lycan form. Quicks might want to fight this. Mantis kind of hitting him from behind. Excalibur does not want to look at the Medusa, but there it is. The Stone Gate's actually triggering her Excalibur. One more hit as Otta getting down. That's the Aegis. Plus, oh my god. He almost sends down his ultimate. And there is Mantis suffering from way too much damage. The Mount is going to finish him off. And Quick's trying to run away, realizing this was not the best fight to engage in. But the Death Prophet actually knocking on their mid-tower. And Quicks is just going to TP away. He doesn't even care anymore. He's going to be alright. Meanwhile, the mid tower taking a lot of damage, or considerable amount of damage from the Death Prophet ultimate.
Yeah, they got the tier 2 as well, so in the end, a 2 or a 3 for 1 in kills, as well as, wow, and a tier 2. Nyx says he wants to come in from behind though. Gosh, I'm not going to be that easy of a kill just because 3 points into that Great Keeper's Cloak, but Yule Steppers keep them alive. Excalibur takes some damage and no shapeshift form for him anymore. And they're even gonna just get out from this as well. Man, Goomba, at least the Medusa died, but House of Gamers, they just cannot seem to find a proper engagement for themselves. And wow, they spot out the enemy ancients as well.
Yeah, this is bad. Medusa could easily take these ancients as well as Titanhunter can. And in fact, she might wanna. She's taking a weird route. I think they should go for these ancients as soon as possible so Titanhunter can not get back into the game. Like, this would be huge if they took these ancients.
Oh, I mean, when are we gonna see the Titanhunter Blink Ravage? And oh, it might be now. They want to go on Exist. There's the Blink Ravage. No Yule Scepters yet. Should be an easy kill with the Maledict there as well. Even Ioma comes in with the Impale, Death Ward used. They wanted this Death Prophet so bad.
That's a lot of ultimates for just one Death Prophet, and a lot of space for Mantis and Chill if they just kind of push this tower down. I still don't know why Mantis is not going for the Ancients. This is like the perfect opportunity for her to just do it.
Has 2 points into split shot. Maybe feels like it's not enough, or maybe wants to feel the safety of his entire team backing him up at the time. But they are getting the tier 2, so I think that's fine as well if they can get it. Paralyzing Cast gonna pop the Linkens, nothing else. And this Linken still is like, what? Why do you need the Linkens in this game?
It's too strong, man. Like, did you just see, like, stop to 1 second stun? That's too strong. Now they're gonna go on Slash Strike, and he's gonna deal, he's gonna be dealt a lot of damage, but he's gonna just jaunt away. And there's the Nyx Assassin dealing a good, nice little 2-man impale. Trying to kill Chill now with a Maledict, but is he gonna be able to? Chill's just gonna TP away, trying to save himself from that Maledict, but he's gonna die the second he TPs away. And Nyx Assassin also, of course, dying there.
So a 1-for-1 in both kills and towers, but well, Exist, can he really get the kill? He does pop his ultimate, man. No shapeshift, what a timing for Exist to come in and just get an easy kill. Even gonna be able to kill off the Necrobooks, get even more, far more easy. The Exorcism mostly doing damage to the creeps and the wolves. In the end, Excalibur will go down, just a little bit too slow, or will he? Assistance is coming in, they can TP, Slash Strike has the ultimate, there's the Dream Coil Exist. He's gonna lose his life, or is he Yule Scepter buying some time? He needs the mech, anything, but there is no mech on their team. And now Gasha, he's probably gonna go down as well, unless the Grave Shield really gets him far enough. He's going for the TP out, he knows the Dream Coil is on cooldown. So in the end, Death Prophet chasing, just not worth it. Hand of Midas off cooldown, didn't get any value from that. Died 2 times in a row now as well. I think Lycan is fine with this.
Yeah, honestly, but they did get kill Lycan, which is, I guess, like the best possible scenario for a Death Prophet to die. And they're going a moment now. Ignite is active, but they're not going to find him. Wow, that's really unlucky. He just walks past him, and a moment is going to TP away. Now that Ice Path on the Puck down bottom, he's going to try to leave with nothing. Never mind, he's just going to walk away, or float away.
Puck is up to 1.3k gold as well. Might even not finish up power trades, might try to go for a Yule Scepter of his own, just get extra survivability. But Mantis might be in some trouble now. Nyx Assassin wants to come in. Level 1 Vendetta still might be enough to chase them down. Of course, there's still a tier 1 standing. TP's already coming in. They know this is happening, or at least they are prepared. There's the Impale coming out first. They have the Ravage as well. Blink, no Ravage yet. There it is. Hits on the 3 heroes, but the Stone Gaze was activated. Might be enough, but Paralyzing Cast, beautiful bounces between the heroes. Back and forth at all times, and now they need more. Exist comes in, but doesn't have the ultimate. Crypt Swarm does something with the Death Ward as well, but Mantis so damn tanky with that Mana Shield. Maledict helps out a little bit as Shakiro goes down to Lycan's Wolves, I do believe, and there's the Dream Coil. Only out to Mantis once again, but he just stays alive for way too long. There's the Mystic Snake, and it's a double kill for Mantis. In the end, a 4-for-2 exchange. Goomba only losing to Shakiro and Yogur.
Jesus Christ, Goomba is... I mean, they used a Ravage, and that Ravage was pretty good, and still Goomba took the upper hand. And more importantly, it's the fact that Goomba does not have a teamfight lineup. Medusa has some teamfight, and I mean, she's really good when she gets into late game. But for now, they don't have a Titan or a Puck or anything of the sort, and they're still winning those teamfights. And that's just is something that House of Gamers should be really worried about. They need to do something on this Puck and Titan to make them more relevant, and to make them, do better stuff.
Yeah, Titan really is only a Ravage at the moment. He dies a little bit too fast afterwards. Of course, the biggest thing was that the Stone Gaze was activated before the Ravage came out. So there wasn't like the fastest follow-up. There wasn't a massive Death Ward either. The Paralyzing Cast though did a lot of work. And good Death Ward. I mean, good Paralyzing Cast, good Ravage. But still somehow they managed to just fail the fight. Goomba, of course, they spread it out quite nicely. Death Prophet even joined a little bit late. And that was a fight without Exorcism even being there.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, that's also a really good point. Now that Death Prophet has the Exorcism, and he can easily get a kill now. In fact, he's going to go on... I mean, he's not going to use his ultimate, I don't think. He could easily kill him with Silence and like 2 Quick Swords or something of the sort. Oh, but the enemy team is there too. So he's just not going to go on the Nyx.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too hard as well. I mean, Nyx can easily spike Carapace 1 Crypt Swarm, or should be able to do so at least. And just being near that enemy base, at least to get some information, scouting things out. And what do you think Death Prophet's next item is even gonna be?
I mean, I would go for a heart at this point. Uh, I don't know. I mean, the Shivas is also a possibility. I think Shivas against Lycan's really strong, but a heart would make her so tanky, and she has been dying a lot while doing these chases. So the damage she deals is definitely enough, but sometimes she just dies, I think, a little too quickly.
Well, at the moment, Necrobook's coming out. The tier 2 almost down. The Wolves bringing them even lower, but Excalibur gonna get thrown up in there. They don't care about the tier 1. Shapeshift is there, but he gets stunned. No multicast. Stone Gaze used, and well, they bring him down. Shapeshift on cooldown. Hero dead. Evil Scepter up onto Witch Doctor. Can he TP out? Maybe. Never mind. Ice Breath. Gonna stop it. Yomac gets stunned in the sidelines. Sentry down already. Nyx Assassin. No escape. 3 easy kills, and Stone Gaze was the biggest thing to use there.
Yeah, they're being completely dominated here, and it's just like kind of I think the positioning in House of Gamers is just really lacking. They're doing these kind of team fights where they should have really good positioning because they have a tighter in the puck and they do rely on that, and they're just having these kind of wonky, chaotic fights, which is exactly what they don't want to get. So I don't know. I don't think House of Gamers is doing the best job at maximizing the effectiveness of the lineup. And now you can see that Goomba is doing the exact opposite because they're pushing this well. And they have a Medusa and they're still dominating at 24 minutes in. Like, this is actually quite impressive. It's just completely taking these racks. This could really call a GG. Honestly, I would assume, considering that there is a Medusa in the enemy team.
Well, I guess it's not that black and white quite yet, at least. If they lose the second racks, they might go for it. Or if they lose Roshan now, for example, it is up, it gets pinged out as well. Medusa, my god, the farm on her. What's the gold per minute she's sitting on? 660, and it's only 24 minutes in.
Wow, that's insane, man. 660 is insane for any game.
Just look at the items already. Linken's, Yasha, Eye of Sky, they completely finished. Another 1k in the bank. At least House of Gamers, they are trying to be active, just going for something. Maybe sneaking Roshan off their own. They have all their ultimates ready. They have the Necrobook, but they pop the Necrobook for Roshan, which means if they're in a fight, they're gonna lack that mana burn for the Medusa once again, and Medusa has a double damage rune. Oh god, if only she was there to take the fight.
Yeah, they're gonna take this Roshan. Never mind, Ice Path. But the blink from Slide Strike Chill is gonna go down. No, yoling himself up, trying to get there alive, but no, the Mechapire just dropping it before he dies. And Neomech now suffering the wrath of the Medusa, but that beautiful Carpus is actually gonna save him the puck. Not yet getting the Roshan now. Excalibur fighting in the pit against these familiars. Dasha running in and dying. Now Maladin gonna exist trying to run away or fighting Excalibur here. And Mantis finally comes in to deal the damage, deal the pain. He's trying to kill the Nyx Assassin which stunned him earlier. But there Excalibur who's alone. And if there's something he can do, he's just gonna go down to the Medusa Quicks and exist combo. Now, can the Nyx get away? Yeah, he will. He'll be perfectly fine. But they've already killed enough heroes. I mean, 3 for 3, yes, but they also got an Aegis. And never mind, the puck is not going to go down too. Trying to fight the Ogre Magi, and the Ogre Magi gets a quick, really lucky multicast.
Well, I mean, Puck did kill off the Death Prophet, so I think that trade is fine, to be honest. If he had gotten away, of course, would have been better. But Mantis, he just raised 60 gold per minute. All of a sudden, he was sitting at 660 before, now 722. 3.5k in the bank. My god. I mean, House of Gamers, nice idea to go for it. Maybe they should have left the Shakiro alone there and just focus on Roshan, because I think if they had just gone for 5-man Roshan without trying to go for the Shakiro kill, which took them quite some time, Macropyre was even used by the Shakiro before the death and everything. So just focus on Roshan and maybe try to escape or actually fight as 5 in the same position. They were just so spread out, they couldn't use that Ravage, Dream Coil, Death Ward combination, and I don't think they've managed to use all of those spells just properly chained together in a single fight.
No, I completely agree. Like, I think in those cases, like I said, like the 3 guys blinked up just to kill a Jakiro, and when they did that, they got into really bad positioning. And that's something I think it's really lacking for House of Gamer. They just seem to be creating these chaotic scenarios for themselves, which are completely unnecessary. Also, just a thing to point out, Visage has the 3 familiars already with the Aghanims. Like, he's had it for a while, and he's doing a lot of work with that. Like, he's dealing a lot of damage. Last time Excalibur's like first life, it just went down pretty much because of the familiars.
Yeah, the familiars did do so much. Thank God for House of Gamers that there's not a Draw Ranger with a precision aura around as well to just boost it up even further. But definitely Visage has played all in all a pretty good game. Just nice familiar micro, and well. For House of Gamers, one positive thing, a moment on the Witch Doctor has the Aghanim Scepter as well. If it's gonna be enough, or if he gets to channel it, it is just a ridiculous amount of damage, to be honest, especially for his support ultimate. But that's the just biggest if. Does he get the chance to properly channel it?
Yeah, he hasn't been able to win the past couple fights because, again, the positioning thing. But they have to get a really good Ravage for that to be able to do a really good ultimate. But it could turn this around. Their ultimate is really powerful.
But Goomba already knocking on the door of the high ground. Lincoln's popped, but Mantis probably doesn't even care that much. Familiar Stone Form is used, so that's gonna be 3 less stuns if HoG gamers want to fight right here, right now. They have the 4-step Blink Tidehunter, who is around Lycan pushing top lane though, just really wants to split push, do anything, force Goomba's hand. Although Goomba, with the Exorcism, they can easily just force it themselves.
Yeah. And the Familiars are now back up. They're going to fight Excalibur. Look at the damage they're doing. And now the fight is actually going to start. The Ravage has come out, but no, not hit really anything effective. Is Secret of Mana going to go down here? Nope. The Exorcism dealing a lot of damage to Excalibur. That Witch Doctor ultimate finally coming out is dealing quite a lot of damage to Exist and Quicks, but they're just going to send him up in the air. He's going to go down next if he doesn't do anything a moment. Still suffering from a lot of damage from Chill, and Mantis also managing to get the kill. And those racks are going to go down now. Secret of Mana suffering from that super strong little Scotty. And, well, now it seems like Slap Strike is kind of roaming around trying to do something here. But they already lost their second range of racks. It could be thrown. In fact, they're going to go for it. And Nyx kind of just dying from the side without just even targeting him. There's the dead Nyx. No, that's Spike Carpus saving him. What a beautiful Spike Carpus. And actually going to save his life there. The Puck trying to jump to his orb. Managing to take away all the damage from the enemy lineup, and well, that's gonna be thrown now. They have buyback on Titan at least, and Lycan actually.
Oh, but there's no Ravage. I mean, they're not even attempting. I guess as long as they're not losing the third axe, it's fine. But Slash Strike goes in, blink, silence, just jaunt out to the illusion most likely. There's Secret of Mana coming in as well. Do they really go for more? Slash Strike does get silenced, but 4-step saves him for now. Yomak gets multi-strike just as he used his own stun, so he goes down. Tier 4s are dead. They really want to fight. Excalibur pops his ultimate, wants to go for Mantis, might even succeed. No mana up for Mantis, gonna get silenced up as well. Excalibur is stunned up for a little while, but not for long enough, so they get the kill. Excalibur stays alive as well. Medusa immediate buyback. There's another death ward. Nice bounces come through. They get the Ogre kill. Now Tidehunter wants to go for Exist, who is pretty damn tanky, but Mantis boots of travels in. Has the Stone Gaze if need be. Should be able to just fight easily a moment. Gonna get slowed down. Illusory Orb use. Slash Strike. Is he gonna go down? A moment. No stuns for him. Exist gets the puck kill with another Crypt Swarm, and Chill just kills off a Tidehunter, so that's most likely going to be GG, although they're trying to hang on even longer. Ice Path will be there with the Stone Gaze as well. Excalibur suddenly has to turn around, no damage output at all, so he's going to lose his life, and that is GG called.
Yeah, that was kind of, they got steamrolled by Goomba's lineup, and we were kind of wrong. We were messing with their draft, but they did a great job with it, so congratulations to Goomba.
They just made their laning work out wonders for them. I don't know exactly how, but well, just the decision of running that Puck tri-lane, Puck not getting the early levels required of a Puck usually, and Lycan also not getting really anything done in the mid lane. Didn't go for a bottle, couldn't use the wolves to just get some form of guaranteed farm. So I don't know, but of course this is a best of 3 series, so hopefully Goomba, or rather not Goomba, House of Gamers will just make it a 3-game series and just tie it up in game number 2. But we'll see, guys. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the cast. If you did, you can always follow us on HeflaTV. It's HeflaTV everywhere on Facebook, Twitter. All the links are below the stream as well. For the casters, it's at Coucher for me, at the Swordfish for my go-caster, I think, right?
Yep. Yes, that's correct.
Yes, so follow him there everywhere, the Swordfish, and just see you in game number 2.
See you guys.